There he is. Alonzo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. Sorry about that.
Hey, Alonzo, this is Ricky. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good, man. Good. Thanks for hopping on the call. I appreciate it. I saw that the audio kind of wasn't working for a little bit, and then you got figured out.
Yeah, I just had to give it permission to.
Gotcha, gotcha. No worries. Well, Alonzo, one, I just want to say congratulations on making it to the second round interview. Not many people do. So again, congratulations on being here today. And just to, kind of let you know, my whole goal today is really just to lay everything out on the table. Because I'm sure you got some questions. I know you maybe did some research, and what I want to do is just fill in all the details so that there's no more questions at the end of this today. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, cool. And then also just to let you know, we do have I'm sure you can see him on the call as well too. His name's Antoine. Antoine's actually a corporate trainer here at Orem. So he's actually learning how to do the second round interviews because he's starting to build his team. And he's really just shadowing me just to see how I do the interviews. So again, I just want to let introduce you guys together as well too.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. So Alonzo, before we get started, I definitely slept since the last time we spoke. So I just want to, kind of make sure I'm filled in on your situation. I know currently you're working at the gas station across the street from your house right now, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why you started working there is because I know like the girlfriend had like the wrecked car and like you had no really transportation, but now we got our car, we got it back up on our feet. We're ready to rock and roll and pick out something that you're a little bit more interested in. Is that about right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I know you did sell cell phones before. You did like Cricket, Boost Mobile, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you got the cell phone experience, cell phone sales experience, which is similar to what we do. But the biggest thing from what I took is you're now looking for something a little bit more exciting than the gas station. You're looking for a career, something that you can be with long term and and grow and like build and grow your way great up. Yeah, you're
Yep.
way up. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Anything that you'd like for me to add to that?
No, that's pretty much about it.
Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome. So now Alonzo, I'm just curious, man. I know you did your research. What's your understanding of what we do here?
It sounds like you guys just do like you guys go around and kind of like do like I wouldn't say like advertising or anything like that, but you guys just kind of like talk about like the product and stuff like that, and just kind of inform customers as to what we do, sort of thing, like what we
Yeah,
sell.
yeah, you're definitely on the right track. Do you remember what clients we represent or who we talk about, who we promote?
It was AT&T, right?
Yep. So AT&T is going to be our biggest client that we work with. And then we do also work with two renewable energy clients, such as Just Energy and Spire. Again, they're all about going green, giving more clean energy. But out of those three, you probably know AT&T the most, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's keep things simple. We'll talk about AT&T today. So what again we do for them is marketing. And there's two bullet points in the definition of marketing. Number one's going to be the brand awareness. Second's going to be the customer acquisition. Now, for a company like AT&T, they've crushed the brand awareness to the point that everybody already knows about AT&T.
Yeah.
So again, what we do though for them is the customer acquisition part. Now, I'm sure you've seen AT&T advertise their brand with like social media ads. Or yeah, I guess I'm sure you've seen AT&T yeah, advertise their brand. Like if you don't mind, could you list all the ways that you've seen AT&T advertise?
Well, I've seen like commercials. You see them like everywhere, pretty much. You hear it on the radio sometimes. You see it on like ads when you're watching like Netflix or like Hulu. I mean, stuff like that. But
Yeah, yeah. And whenever it comes to that, those TV ads, social media, all that, have you ever like whenever you saw that for AT&T, did you ever like stop and immediately switch over when you saw it?
I haven't.
No, why not? You probably haven't. And if you don't mind me asking, what cell phone carrier do you have right now?
I have Cricket
You
because
have
let's yeah.
piggybacks off AT&T then. Okay, so whenever it comes how long have you had Cricket for?
Probably like 6 months.
6. Oh wow, holy cow. Okay, so you just switched. So who'd you have 6 months ago?
I had Metro.
Metro. Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, like there had to be something that you weren't satisfied with. What made you switch from Metro over to Cricket?
It was mainly my cell phone. My cell phone got like broken, and I wasn't eligible for like a discount with the for a new phone with that current carrier. So I just went over to Cricket, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we can hook you up and stuff." So I was like, "Heck yeah."
Okay. Okay, so 6 months ago you had a broken phone and obviously you're like, you know what, I need to get a new phone. You went to Metro and they just like couldn't get you a new phone at a better price. So that's when you started shopping around. And you have a past experience with looking at that stuff. So you probably knew where to go, probably saw maybe you did see a website ad for Cricket offering a new phone plan. And that's whenever you went to the store and make the switch. Does that sound about right? Is that kind of how it went?
Yeah, I think I saw something on like Facebook that said like, "Oh, come to Cricket and we can do this phone for like this much, and this is our plan." And I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna go check out Cricket." And I went into a store and talked to a guy there.
Yeah, so
Pretty
about
much.
six, yeah, so about 6 months ago, right before you switched, what you fell into is what we call the 10% of decided buyers. These are going to be the people that they're not happy with what they have and they're looking to switch. In your case, you weren't happy with the phone yet you had, so and you didn't like the offer that Metro was going to give you. So that's whenever you're scrolling through Facebook, saw that ad for Cricket, and then you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go check out what they got. So you went to the store, saw that they were offering that deal, and you made the switch. So
Mhm.
again, that's going to be 10% of the population, or 10% of the marketplace, and that's what social media ad, TV ads, commercials, all that stuff attracts. Now, what we go after is what we call the 90% of undecided buyers. These are going to be the people that are happy, they're content, they're not really looking to switch at all. Which that's kind of is that kind of this boat that you're in? You're not really looking to switch from Cricket, you just switched there, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, yeah. So now let's say that somebody was offering and I'm just going to use T-Mobile for example. Let's say that you talk to somebody and they're offering T-Mobile. They're able to cut your Cricket bill in half. They get you even the newest phone. Are you a Samsung fan, iPhone fan?
I like Androids.
Android. Okay, let's get you the S23 Ultra. Let's cut your Cricket bill in half, and you get to try that service out for 90 days. If you like it, cool, keep it. And you get paid $100 to do it as well too. I'm sure you'd be open to try that out if somebody was able to do that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So again, that's what we go after is the 90% of the undecided buyers. So why do you think we go after the 90% instead of the 10%?
Well, I would honestly say that it's just more what's the word? Like they already have like the other part covered, so you guys have to go for these guys pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I'd rather go after like the bigger majority. Like I'd rather, build a business and go after the big whale instead of the little minnows. Now, no discredit to the 10% of the US population. That's like it's a big number. But I'd rather go after the 90% because there's more opportunity. You're 100% correct. Now, the way we go to attack that undecided buyer is through direct face-to-face marketing. So where we are able to build those relationships. Now, I don't Lonzo, I don't want to do cold calling. I definitely don't want to do door to door at all. So what we do is we actually make contracts with big box retailers such as BJ's Wholesale, Sam's Club, Target, Walmart, and the big one that we actually focus on here in this market right now is going to be Costco. Have you ever shopped at a Costco before?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So we were talking about AT&T. Now let's switch gears over to Costco. So whenever it comes to the general managers of these Costco's, their goal is to get their store to produce as much revenue as possible. Now, that's not just a Costco management thing. That's an every manager everywhere thing, whether it's a McDonald's, a Dunkin', a Target, whatever. So,
Mhm.
so Alonzo, you say you shopped at a Costco before. Let's say that you're the manager of a Costco for this hypothetical situation, and your goal is to get your store to make more money, produce more revenue. Like, what marketing strategies would you take? Like, what would you do if you're the Costco manager?
Um, well, what we do probably would help a ton. Just having like people in store that approach customers and kind of like let them know about certain products and stuff like that. That way, they're not just like guessing as to like, oh, this is probably what the deal is. Someone can be there and answer their questions and stuff like that, and that would make it a lot more clear for them to like make a purchase if they want to make a purchase type thing. You could definitely get like sales doing that, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. So, so the goal of that is to, have live people there that are able to help, maybe answer unanswered questions or make things very clear. So, people know what they're getting. And what that's going to do is, get people to spend more money. And I'm sure you'd advertise it in some way on social media or maybe TV ads or something to drive more people into the store. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're exactly right. They get more people in the door and they get more people to spend more. Now, whenever it comes to us, though, we have no control over how many people they bring into the store. I wish people came in to see me. Unfortunately, they just don't, and that's okay. Now,
Mhm.
what we do though for them though is we add more value per cart per customer. And what that means is every time we help out a Costco member with a brand new AT&T cell phone plan, not only does AT&T pay us for acquiring them a customer, but they also pay Costco as well too. So
Okay.
so the management perspective that Costco has on us is, Costco, they have that cell phone kiosk that sits in their store, and that provides value to their members because their members get better deals on cell phones when they shop at Costco. But
Right.
again, with Costco management, they don't have to hire, they don't have to train, develop, spend any time, money, or attention at all, running that kiosk because that's what we do internally for them. And every time
Mhm.
we do a good job of it, again, not from our pockets, but from AT&T, the client, it pays Costco passive income. So,
Yeah.
so with that business model, how many of their stores do you think they'd want us in?
Probably all their stores.
You're exactly right. That's actually why we're hiring the way we are and training the way we are. And, we're, trying to grow and develop people here is because, they just want us in all their locations. And it's a great problem to have. But again, we just need to have people that are well trained. They know what they're doing and, they know, all the ins and outs of how to work with these clients and these retailers because they're the biggest and, they're the biggest clients and when it comes to cell phones and the biggest retailers in the world. So, yeah, you're exactly right. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before switching gears is, again, it's a great business model, but what do you think would be a red flag? What do you think a concern that AT&T or Costco would have with us going in there representing their brands inside their stores?
Um, like a concern, like a problem?
Yeah. What do you think would be like maybe like a red flag or concern that they would have?
Um, Not really too sure about that one. Maybe us not having like the right information or something like that, or maybe providing the wrong information.
And you're 100% accurate. What we call that is misrepresentation. We have to make sure that we represent these brands the right way because if we mess up, that customer's not going to say, "Oh, Aura Marketing said this and it's actually this." No, they're going to say AT&T said this, Costco said this.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so whenever it comes to everybody that's ever been in this business, including me myself, they learn that compliance role first because that's the most important part. And when people start out, they start out at that what we call the account executive role. At the account executive role, this is where they're going to be having lots of hands-on training. They're going to learn the compliance. They're going to learn how to become an expert with their client. And
Hmm.
once this person shows they have a great student mentality, they have a great attitude, and they can consistently get the job done, this is when they move on to what we call a corporate trainer role. Now, Alonzo, I know you said that you've trained people before. Have you ever trained anybody you maybe weren't the biggest fan of?
Mm, no, I haven't.
Oh, good, man. That's awesome. Have you ever worked with anybody you maybe weren't a big fan of, or does Alonzo just go along with everybody?
Man, there's a couple people that kind of irritate me, but that's like, yeah.
Hey, I've been there. It's not the most fun thing, but that's awesome. Great to hear about that. So, the cool thing that corporate trainers learn how to do here is they learn how to do second round interviews, just like this one right here. This is actually why we have Antoine on the call. This is actually, and again, these corporate trainers they get to choose who they work with. They get to choose who they spend their time and energy with because if it's a good relationship between those two, it's probably going to be good for everybody else. If it's not, it's just going to make things more difficult than what it needs to
Yeah.
be. So corporate trainers, what their job or what they're learning how to do is they're learning how to master the second round interview, and they're also going to start teaching, training, developing people. Once they've mastered those two skill sets, that's when they move on to what we call the campaign manager role. And at the campaign manager role, this is whenever we hand off a client to them that they'd be in charge of. And with that comes with co-running the office. So they're going to be learning all the operation sides of the business, meaning learning the first through third round interview process. They're going to learn how to onboard people. They're going to run the morning meetings. They're going to be creating the schedule, submitting the payroll.
Okay.
They're going to be learning all of what I like to call the back office work. And once that campaign manager can consistently run the office with little to no help, this is when they complete our management training program and become what's called a market director, where they're now in charge of operations and they're just kind of managing everything from above, making sure that the corporate trainers teams are being built, the campaign managers are running the show very well, the clients and the retailers that they work with are happy and everybody's compliant. And again, they're just kind of steering the ship from above. So
Nice.
yeah, so what we call this is our management training program. Couple key factors with it. One, we always promote internal instead of external. If somebody's going to teach and train me how to do something, they better have done it themselves. Is that something you agree
Yeah.
with, disagree with?
No, definitely, I do agree with that.
Awesome, awesome.
It happens where I work at, like right now currently all the time, where whenever we get a new manager, it's usually somebody from like a different store, like somebody that's never even worked with us, or just like a new person that's starting out as a manager, instead of like somebody that's been there for a really long time that they get just trained to be a manager, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, and then like all the reps or people that are under are like trying to teach the manager how to become a manager. And you're like,
Yeah,
what the
pretty
heck
much
is going on?
they're asking us a bunch of questions like, how do you do this? How do you do this? I'm like, dude, you're the manager. Like,
Yeah, it never made sense to me as well too. So that's awesome. And then the second thing is we're a very performance-based business. So we don't do any seniority here, and the goals that we have are very black and white. So for example, let's say that we got a girl named Becky and she's been here for 2 months and her team are crushing it. Becky's gonna advance way faster than Johnny Ballgame that's been here for 4 months and he started learning how to do interviews. Does that make sense? Does that seem fair?
I guess. Not
Okay.
really.
Oh,
But
really? Why so?
wait, say that one more time for me again.
So we don't do any seniority here. It's a very performance-based business. So if Becky's been here for only 2 months and she's learned how to do the interviews and she's has people on her team and her team are, crushing the sales and doing very well, um,
Hmm.
she's going to advance faster than the person that's been here for double the time for 4 months, but still can't learn how to do second round interviews, still doesn't know how to teach and train people. Since
Okay,
she's
no, yeah,
performing
no, that makes
higher.
sense. No, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry,
Okay.
I heard that completely different. My bad.
You're fine, no problem. So again, Alonzo, that's our management training program. Any questions on that part right there?
No,
Okay. So the last couple of things I just got is the schedule and pay. So Alonzo, do you have any scheduling restrictions right now?
I don't really.
Okay. So whenever it comes to the business runs 7 days a week. Now we don't work people 7 days a week. That's just not good. So there's two shifts. There's an AM shift and the PM shift. AM Monday through Friday is going to be from 9:30 a.m. till 3:30 p.m. And then the PM shift comes in at 3:30 p.m. and goes till 8:30 p.m. Now we do have morning meetings that are going to run from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. as well too. So that's going
Okay.
to be the schedule Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, that's the busiest time for us. That's yeah, usually whenever everybody goes shopping. So, stores are going to be packed. So we want to get
Mhm.
there a little bit earlier. So those days we actually start at 9 a.m. and the AM shift would go from 9 a.m. to 2. And then the PM shift would come in from 2 to 6. Now
Okay.
that's starting training. Once somebody's out of training and they no longer need that, mentor or coach over their shoulder, we can even open up on the weekend to a 9 to 6 as well, too.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, heck yeah.
So whenever it comes to that schedule, is that a schedule that would work for you?
Yeah, that sounds actually really good.
Okay, awesome. And then the last part I got is the pay, which is the best part. So we start people out at $600 a week for completing 40 hours in a week. Now there is uncapped bonuses that we want people to strive for each and every week. So for example, each cell phone that we sell is $70 a phone. And I like to be extremely thorough at this part. So let's run an example. Let's say somebody works 40 hours a week, they get a base pay of $600, but then they sold 10 cell phones that week. That's like two families of five. It's not that hard. Antoine here actually did 19 phones last week. So 10 times 70 is 700. Since the 700 exceeds higher than the 600, they get paid out the 700. So
Oh,
each
nice.
so each and every week we want people to strive for the bonuses, and we want to teach people how to make $1,000 a week here. Does that make
Heck
sense?
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
All right. And then also we do offer paid training as well too. So for the first few weeks, whenever people are learning learning the ropes, we do offer paid training at $12.50 an hour. Now again, if their bonuses exceed higher, then they get paid the bonuses as well too during training as well.
Nice.
So does that pay make sense? Does it seem fair? Any questions on it?
No, that definitely makes sense.
Well, Alonzo, that's pretty much all I got, man. What questions do you have for me?
None really. I just wanted to know, honestly, like if I were to start, how soon that would possibly be, just so I could let my work know.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we like to do is, kind of the same way we set up the last one. So once us and the team are, done with all the interviews for today, this is when we'll give people a call back that we thought were a great fit for that third and final round interview. And at that third round interview, that's actually done here at the office where we, sit, just go over all the details, just make sure there's no unanswered questions, and then, yeah, just go from there. So,
Okay.
so we'll be done with our interviews around 1, 2 o'clock today. So we'll do all of our callbacks before 3 p.m. today. So if you're to be reached out to, it'd be coming from an Illinois 217 phone number. I'm from Illinois, so it'd be 217. And it happened before 3 o'clock today. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Awesome. Well, Alonzo, I appreciate your time. And it was a pleasure speaking with you, not over the phone, but actually a little bit more. I can actually see you this time. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was great talking to you today.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right. You have a great rest of your day.
You too, bro. Bye bye.
See ya.